My god. Hello everyone. I'm kinda still in shambles about what just happened in the final trailer that dropped earlier today. And I can honestly say this will make me cry. Actually, scratch that. I've already cried looking at the trailer. So don't judge me. But for today, since I know a lot of people are so hyped looking at the trailer, we'll be talking about the top 5 things that you may have overlooked in the final trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. And let's set a like goal for once again around 5 likes. So now, cue my intro. Also, by no means is this a form from best to worst or worst to best. It's just honestly simply any order that I want to point it out in, or I just feel is important to put in this video. So let's get right into this. Number 5 on this list will be that Sora seems to have a finisher and transformation called Rage Form. During the fight with Chariot Boss and Tangle, you can see in the bottom left corner that Sora has this form. Now, what exactly is it? I honestly have no clue, just yet. But my guess is it could be a form where Sora's attacks are doubled, but his defense may take a drop as well, like any other Rage Form that are in video games. Now, I could be completely wrong about that, but for my estimation, that could completely be the case maybe. I also don't know if this form has appeared in previous trailers, so feel free to correct me on that because it does seem very new to me. At number 4 is Lea and Saïx having a conversation on a clock tower in Twilight Town. As they are enjoying some delicious sea salt ice cream, Saïx mutters the phrase, "In time, I awaken to a new purpose." What is that said new purpose? Maybe it could be him realizing his goal isn't just to acquire a heart anymore, but to find out what exactly is Kingdom Hearts. And in order to obtain that goal, he stayed by Xehanort's side. You can just honestly feel the pain in Lea going through this because he knows that they will eventually have to come to blows because of their difference in goals. This is just one of those talks between former best friends really realizing maybe this is destiny that they are meant to fight each other. Who knows? I honestly really wish Saïx would just come to understand that he is on the wrong side. Next at number 3 is Ansem floating in the background watching on as Riku and Data Riku fight each other. This scene in particular also carries a lot of weight because of the history Ansem has with Riku, as he is the one controlling Riku and plunges him into darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1. Just looking at Ansem float there watching on as both Rikus tear each other apart probably amuses him so much, and it honestly just angers me just watching him stand there, or in this case just float there as they are fighting each other. To be honest, I've come up with an idea that maybe they are fighting each other just to fool Ansem to sneak attack him, because they both did meet each other on an island in one of the trailers. But that is just a theory, and I don't want to get too much into that video because I probably am going to make a separate video on that. But enough of talking about that because, like I said, that is for another video. So let's move on to the next entry. Now for number 2, this is where it starts to get a little dark and kind of maybe a little bit obvious to some people, but I still want to talk about it. And that's Lea basically being tortured by both Xemnas and Saïx. But my god, this hurt me personally because you have Lea basically stuck in a death trap, just having Xemnas' beams just rain down upon him. This is the same attack that Sora and Riku were both blocking at the end of KH2. You also have Saïx going full Super Saiyan Blue next to Xemnas, as if he doesn't even care that that's his best friend being tortured. This definitely was one of the top 3 highlights of the trailer in my opinion, even though the scene only lasted around 3 seconds, but you can still feel that emotional weight because Lea is going through so much and losing 2 friends, and Xion and Roxas, while also having his former best friend just stare at him while he's being attacked. It is definitely heartbreaking, and honestly, I guess you can say worst moment in the trailer, or not worst, but we're about to get into the worst moment, so that's at number 1. But the number 1 thing is definitely overlooked is Donald being killed. I mean, come on now, we all love this scene, seeing Donald finally get what he deserves for what he did to us throughout our journey through Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1. Chain of Memories, well, do you count Chain of Memories? I don't even know if you count Chain of Memories, but I'm kidding, that's not number one. I'm being for real now. The number one thing on this list is Sora crying in pain of his friends and close ones being taken away from him. Universally being probably the one thing that made almost, if not everybody that watched this trailer cry. Because we really haven't seen Sora cry except for tears of joy. This tears right here is just tears of sadness and loss. Because he is now realizing he is all alone. And that the severity of the situation is just too much for him to handle alone. No friends, no help, and he is all alone to face the secrets of darkness. I cannot even explain to you how bad this scene hurt me. And still right now, I'm going crazy about it. If anything, this scene reminds me of One Piece when Luffy loses his crew and realizes that he couldn't do anything to save them, and that he wasn't even strong enough to handle the things on his own. That's the exact same way Sora is feeling right now. I don't even know if Sora will be able to do this, unless they decide to do a whole anime SQ moment where Sora transforms into a god and defeats everyone, but that probably won't happen. So that's the end of this top 5 overlooked things, and if you stuck around this long, I thank you so much for listening and sticking around. It means so much to me, and the amount of support I've been getting from you guys is just crazy, and I cannot thank you enough. But if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow me on Twitter or join me on my Discord, as that is where I interact with you guys. I do updates and things like that. But other than that, I'll see you all on the next video. Bye bye.